Good evening, everyone. It's good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. It's good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. It's good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. It's good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. It's good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. If anybody wants to come up and join us, put the link again. Good to see you. Oh, really? Mr. T, Mr. T, President T.
I'm back.
Oh, really? Mr. T, T, President T.
I'm back.
Oh, really? Mr. T.
Oh, you got quite an echo going on there.
I know. Is it me?
We might have to pop out and come back in for some reason. Why don't you go ahead and refresh there, Bonnie?
I will. I'll be right back.
Pop out and come back in for some reason. Why don't you go ahead and refresh there, Bonnie?
I will. I'll be right back.
Pop out and come back in for some reason. Why don't you go ahead and refresh there, Bonnie?
I will. I'll be right back. I'm still hearing it.
Okay, I'm going to refresh and pop out.
Okay. Hi, Joseph. How are you? Pretty exciting news today, huh? been seeing a lot of the left comments. Letter from JB himself. Been seeing a lot of the left comments. I don't know what's going on tonight. Weird things.
Hello.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Just said. Silly man.
Yeah, we're all boys.
All right, y'all are quiet. What's up?
Not much. Not much.
We were finishing up a cartoon, waiting for you to come on.
Oh, a cartoon.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, I'm babysitting. So she's in there watching Spirit.
It's an alright movie.
One night at
It's that one that was just done, what, in the 2000s?
They made a whole. It's a whole new.
Oh, they have
It's
a.
not a movie. It's an actual series and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so she can watch it for hours. Hey Marty, how you doing? Yeah,
How
right
did-
now she's
How does it sound
Intent.
now?
Much
sounds
better.
better to me.
I guess when they did certain somebody's colonoscopy today, they took out part of my brain too.
Yeah.
No.
I said, I can't figure out what's going on there. Well, yeah, I had to YouTube. I hadn't muted it on my other tab. So one of the little things.
We've all been there. Okay, Joseph, what do you think?
What's that?
I was reading Joseph's comment. Yeah. Did y'all see the letter that came from JB about that?
No.
How disappointed he was,
Whatever.
as was so many, and he was so sorry.
He was
Yeah.
so sorry. He probably paid for the bricks.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, he was requesting that no
JB is the
balance.
miscarriage of justice.
Hey, Robert.
It's coming. I told you we'd be all right. Didn't I? We'd be all right.
that's right. Just lost.
I'm going to mute for just a second. Sorry, y'all.
I got my nap in. I don't know about you guys.
No.
You got your what?
He's napping.
I got a nap today.
Oh, a napkin. Awesome.
I'm napping. Oh, what'd you think about that? What'd you think about that mailbox?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awful. That was awful clean.
That was on. That's that one house on Tan Oak. There's the same water system, but his mailbox is by itself. Ours is up right by Blackberry there. Ours wasn't touched, you know.
Maybe he did something that made him mad.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's weird. That's so weird looking. You have to show that to Pappy. Somehow. Oh, I could have sent it to him. Doggone it.
Did y'all watch LW tonight?
Who?
No.
Warrior?
Yeah, we didn't know.
No.
Taking some time off.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting about the affidavits and stuff.
I
Probably
know.
not supposed-
I've seen some interviews and stuff with the mama bears before.
Mhm. That's the first time I've seen them.
I've noticed certain channels. I've noticed that certain channels are experiencing audience drop
Yes, I noticed.
in participation. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
You know, and I'm seeing that kind of across the board, and I'm wondering whether or not if that's a shift in the people's energy. You know, we all went through this energy shift recently, and I'm wondering if that's part of the trend.
Possibly.
Oh.
Could very well be.
You know, as people come into their own understandings and stuff, you know, they're not grasping for every little tidbit of information because they're starting to develop their own understandings now, and they know what they can, you know, where they can go and that sort of stuff on their own, or they feel more comfortable, you know, doing stuff on their own. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know what it is either.
That's good.
Yeah, it is. You know, you go from being a whole bunch of followers to a whole bunch of individual pathfinders, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It may be too that people are starting to wake up to the more spiritual side of things, and that's why, you know, we're seeing decreases some areas and increases other areas.
Well, I think, you know, just like the subject matter of that other channel was talking about tonight, we've talked about it here in another way, in another aspect, another layer of it. You know, things get done from where you are. You know, so things start at the micro level. That's where they have to start. You know, and then, you know, once you put into action and stuff like that, you know, that and create that movement, that seems to be rather, you know, self-perpetuating as far as it'll start spreading out, you know. So maybe that's exactly what's needed, you know.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Hello, John.
It's almost like it's a little bit of a time of rest too. Like everyone's just seeming to need more peace and quiet. I don't know. I don't know what the
I think there's a realization that things do not have to be as tumultuous and turmoil as they are. People are saying, "Hey, wait a minute. We don't have to put up with this."
No.
You know, let's get back down to taking care of what we need to do to take care of ourselves from a good place. Take a deep breath, okay, and then walk back into it if we need to. You know, this time we'll put the protective gear on and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
You know what they say. You know, if you're hitched up to a team of dogs pulling a sled, the scenery never changes if you're not the lead dog.
That's true.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
So, Robert, I was thinking about you today.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Who, me?
No, the other Robert up here.
You mean that Robert that looks like a bear that has the wings of a hummingbird?
Yo.
You see this? It's not in any kind of color yet, but
It's like the medicine wheel.
Yep.
Wow, yeah, the medicine wheel. That looks cool. You drew that?
no, my hand did though.
I can't even draw a stick figure.
Me either. Straight lines are horrible, terrible things to draw.
It's okay as long as you can draw a card. We don't care about what your artistry looks like.
Yo.
North Carolina girl, good to see you.
I was thinking about you, and it inspired me.
Thank you.
So I thought I'd share that with you.
Apparently, that girl's doing better. So cool. That's really cool.
Very cool. Good medicine.
She received some medicine. Raven must have paid her a visit.
Hmm. Didn't you just pull Raven the other night?
Yeah. And then when we do a healing session, Kathy puts on Raven to deliver it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Send it out to the Great Spirit. Great mystery.
I appreciate all y'all so much.
Oh, we appreciate you too.
Yeah. She knows I wrote it. Yeah. You read what I wrote.
Yes. You always have kind words. Oh, yeah. It's what we need more of.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know, but I could stream. I don't know. That seems like weird energy coming tonight. I don't know why.
Really.
What seems like weird energy?
My head's buzzing. Like I don't know.
You sure the keyword isn't different? Not weird?
Yeah, it's different, all right. Definitely different.
Did it just start when you got here?
No. I made friends with my neighbor today too. So
Okay, I don't know who this is. Let's see what happens.
kind of mixed up. It's good. It's good though. It's good. Different energy.
I don't even know how to say that name.
Hi, all.
Hello.
How's everybody?
Hi, Mutt.
Who?
Hi, Celtic Mutt.
No.
You sure aren't a girl, that's for sure.
No? Who is it? Bonnie backwards.
Yep. Bonnie.
Somebody guessed it. I was waiting. Heather gets the prize.
Ooh, cookies.
Chocolate chip.
All right.
You know, I almost said Craig, really, because of the voice.
And you know, I'm just gonna say this for future wins. I adore peanut butter cookies.
And I think Elva's good too. Or I should say does. But this isn't Gigi's show.
Yeah,
My
but I'll
favorite
still
cookie.
always accept cookies as a prize. Cookies are good.
Yeah, but what are we going to do with Jeff?
What are we gonna do? What?
What are we going to do with Jeff?
I'll share.
I'll have to make him a pound cake. I was so
I'm sure
happy.
he'd enjoy that.
I was so happy to hear those 5 not guilties. I thought for sure they
I
were
think-
going to hit him with 1.
Yep.
But now I think there's all the major cities are having issues.
Well, on that one video, if those people that were celebrating that verdict stand up in the streets, it ain't going to be pretty for them.
Wow.
I'll tell you. I don't know. You guys see that video on Facebook? Wow.
No, not on Facebook.
It showed how he dropped down, and there was this whole sports bar full of people just anticipating the verdict. And when he fainted and was not guilty, they exploded, man. It was a rush.
Yeah, looked like one of Donald Trump's rallies.
Yeah, it went. The whole place went
Wow.
ballistic, man.
Yeah, I saw him
John, where you
collapse.
from?
That's what people. That's what they're afraid of. That how do you say that joy.
The movement.
It was.
Yes.
That's strong stuff. That don't put fear in their eyes. Nothing will.
It's not really a movement. It's more togetherness. It's like, yeah, they don't like us coming together.
Oh no, because they lose power when we come together.
Exactly. That's their whole agenda.
John, where do you go hunting? I don't know if
Let me
Pat's
tell you
ready
a
to
secret. My mom's secret is she calls to the, well, she mostly does fishing, but she calls to the fish and asks them, Louisiana, that's right, by Craig, sort of, kind of.
The only thing I would hunt down there is catfish.
Well, they have a lot of deer like we do too. I think it's the whitetail.
We're loaded with whitetail up here.
Yeah.
Oh, very close to Craig. Yeah, those deer are good size.
I haven't seen any more in my backyard lately. Well, it took 4 years for me to see that. So there's a lot of them at my mom's.
Trump is on the phone right now with Fox.
Chairman Joe is the shitbird. Okay. I said, And jump on my foot. Okay, there you go. Maybe look at it as more of a gift. Hunting is more of a gift than a. Hey, Anna Marie.
There's a girl.
Trump is on England. Yeah.
Oh. It was coming.
Good evening, Anna.
Feel it in the air tonight.
Yeah, I saw him in Liberty Warrior. I was joking with him a little there. Surprised I didn't get in trouble. Mm.
Is my TV interfering with anything?
Not really. No,
Cool.
I
I
got
know
my
there's some
granddaughter.
noise.
You just tell us if it says anything worth shit.
He knows
Yeah.
it was all political.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems to be the same thing every time. I just kind of quit listening. It's I'm not going to straighten this stuff out. I don't want to hear it.
I'd like to hear tomorrow morning in 5 different cities, all the people were arrested.
Yep.
It gets kind of a little humdrum when all you hear is the same stuff over and over and you see no action following.
Yes.
Well, everybody expected it, and it would have made no difference what the verdict was.
Exactly.
This was pre-planned, just as were the all the stacks of Legos that were mysteriously appearing on all the street corners and stuff. And it wasn't
Mhm.
just that city either.
I know.
So this was, this is by design. Now, I will tell you, I'm not watching any of the demonstrations or even following any of the news on it. Because when you do, you're giving your energy to it. And it doesn't need energy. That needs to wither on the vine and die.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's not over. Not yet. We're still riding the waves. You got to get through the breakers before you can get to the calmer water, You got to get past the reef to get to the deeper water where the good fish is.
Yeah.
But that don't mean you can't have fun playing in the waves once in a while. Just don't let them overpower you.
That's right.
It was fun last night. It's fun to just cut up a little bit. Everyone needs that once in a while.
Absolutely.
Does anyone get the sense of the energy being like after running a race and now you're in your cool down time and you're just sitting there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
And then after the race, whether we won it or we lost it, the fact that we gave our all in running the race each time that we run it, whether it's a small little meet or it's the big one for all of the nuggets, so to speak. Each time it's the same thing. When we get done, we'll take a look at our performance and how it affected us. How we felt. Is there something we can do to improve our time and that sort of stuff? So just like anything, for example, with Heather making her new sketch, that's a medicine wheel by anyone's terms when they look at it as a medicine wheel. And we've spoken of that before. All journeys start from the center. So you run out and you run your race to where you're going. And the race is run, you come back to center to do the rest, and you evaluate and everything else before you set out again. On another path on that race of life, so to speak. That's probably why we ended up this energy that we feel right now around the campfire. We're all just kind of sitting there listening to the campfire crackle and stuff like that in our own thoughts and everything. And that's one of the places that we do the self-reflection. We bounce a few ideas out there and stuff like that that'll take on energy, and they may grow. We'll discuss them for a while, and then we'll be back into our thoughts again. And that is very much like going into the dream time, which happened to be the card that I pulled. So maybe that's the time that we're getting ready to go into, because the dream time is where we're going to get our suggestions, our operating suggestions for the future. Remember the loaded question I asked yesterday? What is your spirit telling you about the future?
It's gonna be a bright one.
Are we supposed to answer that?
That was my answer.
I know. I heard one answer.
Pappy, I think
What?
mine's saying the work's just starting.
You're thinking what?
I think mine's saying that the work's just getting started.
Well, let's take a look
Like there's
at
work to be done.
Oh yeah. Well, it's always a work in progress, isn't it? It's never finished. And you know that in the way that I was taught when doing my arts and crafts and stuff like that, or even making my ceremonial objects and things of this nature, that I never ever did it so it's perfect. And you know why I did it that way? Why I was taught that way? Because if we're making something for sacred ceremonial use, we're making something that's dedicated to perfection. But we are going to perfection because we're imperfect. So nothing we can do can be perfect. So we would intentionally hide a mistake someplace within that which we made. To remain humble and say, I'm not perfect.
Like how the Navajo weave their blankets.
Yeah.
And their baskets. Same thing. Yeah.
Yep, same thing. Northeastern natives would do the same thing in their wampum belts, in their beadwork. There was always that imperfection in there, and the imperfection would be different from person to person. It was never the same. everybody put their own imperfection in there because that was a way of saying that we're all individual. We're all individuals striving for perfection, knowing that we're imperfect while we're walking that pathway.
I'm going for a coffee.
Okay.
Anybody thirsty?
I just got a fresh
Sure.
cup.
If it's Colombian, I could use a cup. I like it with a half a teaspoon of sugar, three teaspoons of creamer, or completely black, but it's got to be Colombian.
With some peanut butter cookies.
Some garlic cheese curd.
Anna's at it again. What's she doing?
Happy, did they tell you to stay away from sugar?
I take my coffee black with sugar. That's it. I like a medium dark coffee. That way I can drink it all day long. Well, not the same cup, of course, but
That's Chairman Joe. He's quite the character.
Yes,
black
he
coffee keeps my feathers the color they are.
There you go. Grab a hot chocolate.
There you go.
Have you guys ever had chocolate tea made from the husk of the cocoa bean?
No.
From the husk
Oh,
of the
it's
cocoa.
so good. It's just like a hot herbal tea, only it's chocolate, like real chocolate.
My cousin sent me a tea that turns blue.
A what?
My cousin sent me a tea that turns blue.
Really?
Is it blueberry?
No,
Oh,
it's a healing tea. I cannot remember the name of it. Oops, I'll be right back.
yep.
North Carolina girl, BBLs, be back later. After these messages.
I was going to say that, but I thought she was just kidding.
Back.
I thought she was kidding.
And you got your BRB, BBL, AFK.
Yeah.
LOL.
Foobar.
Legend.
Hey,
LMAO.
Who, me?
I think it's going away. I don't say that one much anymore. I'm away from the keyboard because you can barely use a keyboard anymore. He speaks the text.
Ain't that something? Hot
Pretty
chocolate by
sad.
the virtual campfire. That's right. Break out them marshmallows. Make you some little shooter cups.
Lazy in life. Not that in general, but she's like leaning down the wrong way. Well, she didn't get from bed.
Right. Oh, Heather's. Oh, yeah. We have to wait till Bonnie comes back. You have to share that mailbox picture with Happy. See what he thinks.
Yeah, we can do that. Hold on. Did you send that one to Bonnie?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, make sure you tell Raina I sent that for her too to see. That's different.
Aw.
That's very
Night,
different.
John. Thanks for coming by.
Good luck tomorrow, John.
Good night, John.
Put it out to Creator to send you one.
Sounds like a Walton saying good night.
Yep.
All right.
So who wants to enter the dream time?
All right. Laura just asked Trump, are you going to be the one to save our country? And he goes, all I will say is I think people are going to be very happy.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
We already know that people are going to be very happy. Okay.
They're
We're
making
not gonna-
themselves happy. They're
What's
learning
that?
how. Said they're learning how to make themselves happy.
Yes, not relying on any one person or any one dogma.
Yep.
Walk in
Abby,
your
can you
own
explain?
power.
I'm sorry. Can
Little
you
bit okay?
explain? Yes, she's okay. But I want to make sure that I don't just like conk out and can't even close this or that's. Can you explain the dream state, please?
Yeah, if you conk out on it, Bonnie, it's going to be a long life chat.
With me snoring and everything.
That's okay as long as it's rhythmic. We can make medicine with that.
We can
That's
all
called
unmute our
Bonnie Blender.
We could unmute the YouTubes and have her snoring echo, echo, echo.
There was a show I was watching one time that a man fell asleep. We were listening to him snore.
Oh, bath night at Anna's house tonight.
Oh boy. Be right
Are
back.
there bubbles?
Be right back.
Get everybody lined up like I'm going to put you in a sweat lodge and we'll go over to Anna's place.
Yep.
That means nothing but a towel and shorts. So let's go. Get your scrub brush ready, Anna.
If you don't mind, Bonnie, can you put this up?
What happened?
I was wanting to share a picture.
Oh, this one. This
Yeah.
one.
Happy,
Got it.
what is that? Look at that.
Oh, that looks like some kids that were having fun one night driving down the road.
No, look at
Here's
it.
the thing. Do you see a baseball bat mark anywhere on this thing? It's smooth, Patty.
It's smooth, no scratch marks either.
Huh.
That's interesting, man.
Wow.
The flag's not even bent.
I think it's a two. Jeff and I think it's a two-legged.
Yeah, well, that was what was going across my my mind too.
As soon as I saw two, I did.
You have
that,
hair in
you
that
know.
area?
What?
Yeah, well, that was what was going across my my mind too.
As soon as I saw two, I did.
You have hair in that area?
You
What?
need to keep
Yeah, well,
up here.
that was what was going across my mind too.
As soon as I saw two, I did. Somebody's got an echo.
That area?
Matt, you need to shut up here. You
I think I had anything else. Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me one second. There we go. I'm sorry about that.
That's a
Yeah, she's
Well,
not snoring yet.
I didn't know my voice carried that far.
My mistake. I apologize. The reason I popped up here real quick was I needed to clarify something that I told Bonnie the other night that I found out that I had incorrect. I had told you that the monkeypox was a derivative of the chickenpox. It is not. It's actually an offshoot of the smallpox. So
And what did we say? We knew it was coming.
Well, I had my information wrong, and I don't like to pass on incorrect information. So I wanted to clarify that.
You're good, Mutt.
I try.
Anna,
Thank you.
we'll
Thank
just
you
line
for
up by your
that.
bathtub.
But you know what I find most honorable about what you just did
What's that?
is that you yourself admits to the fact that, hey, the information is that I had was incorrect, and you admit it to yourself first.
Oh, absolutely.
I am willing to be flexible and go with what I find to be the truth. Good
Well,
on you.
Well, thank you. But I don't see the point in putting out false information or bad information when I'm trying to help someone, because when I put that out, what good am I doing? I'm not helping anyone by putting out bad information.
I agree. And you change it as the change is needed, don't you?
I do try. So I just wanted everybody to know that that was the case.
Sweet dreams, North Carolina girl.
Hey, you're
Good night.
looking pretty healthy there, Mutt.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to see it.
Yeah,
You look like you got some color tonight.
a little bit. I actually have gotten out the last couple of days. So
Wonderful. Have you been taking pictures again?
not recently. I've been kind of working more on getting the T-shirts for my channel situated. But there are there are a couple of occasions that are coming up that I will be shooting some pictures. So yeah, they're coming.
Oh, excellent. I can't wait to see them.
So I actually found a couple. I have a catalog that's thousands of pictures, and occasionally I'll run across one and go, I forgot about that one. That I'm sure Pappy would absolutely. I've got a couple from a powwow I shot. God, it was probably 10 years ago. It was actually, I know exactly when it was. It was my children's naming ceremony.
Sure.
Yep, and I have some of those pictures. I wouldn't mind sharing. I think I shared one with you, Jeff and Heather, didn't I?
Yes, I have. I have it in the email.
Yep. So I have a couple of others from that same event.
Hey, Brian.
Why am I thinking, Mutt, now that you brought that up, that you might want to go back and revisit those pictures of your children's naming ceremony and see if you pick out anything in those pictures that now catches your eye.
There's always something that catches my eye, and whenever I go back through them, that's why I keep them and catalog them,
Well, the reason
so that I
I'm
can go
saying
back.
that-
I go back through them. Yeah.
The reason that I'm saying that because most of the time naming ceremonies are done within sacred space.
I'm sorry. Say
And if
again.
they allow- they're usually done within sacred space, naming ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
And when things are done within sacred space, I have found that recording devices and photographic devices will sometimes catch some interesting things if you catch my drift.
I've caught a few things. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and yes, I have caught a few things. So, and those there are two currently. I'm stuttering, and I don't know why. That come to mind that I don't share with very many people at all because they were part of my children's naming ceremony. So I keep them kind of out of the public eye, but they are definitely put away in a very special place. So
Yep.
Hi, Lisa.
I found that to be the case many times, and usually it's not done by accident,
Nope.
And if the if the spirits weren't okay with it, it wouldn't happen in the first place. More than likely, the devices wouldn't work, you know. But because it's allowed, sometimes there's a message for somebody, and
Right.
and other people that just look at would look at those pictures would probably never pick it up. But those that have the energy receivers will see it.
Well, I'll be glad to share a particular story with you when we're not live. If you catch my
Yeah.
drift.
No. And I'm not asking you to do that.
No. I want to share it specifically with you. I'm not going to put it out for the general public, and I don't know who all is watching the stream. So, to protect my children, I'm going to refrain from comment on that. But there's something I would like to share with you at some point.
You know, there is, you bring up an interesting point, and this is for everybody else out there too. You know, sometimes when we have our spiritual interactions and stuff, it is meant for just us. It
Right.
is something, it is like taking that walk out there and seeing that one thing at your walk that nobody else has ever seen. It's very fleeting. It's only there by the luck of the moment, but it was meant only for you. And then it's gone. You know, and every one of us is unique in that way because we've had those experiences. And that's the way it is many times with our spiritual interactions. That is information or energy or teachings or guidance or whatever it is that is made just for you. It has, no shareability, if you will, except for your own growth.
Right.
And I fully understand that, and I respect that and I honor that medicine.
I appreciate it. And like I said, it's not something that I don't share. I'm just very selective with whom I share it.
Yeah.
So, and that is not a slight to anyone else. And I hope everyone understands.
We don't take it that way.
No.
But we
Yeah,
understand what you're saying.
What you're saying, Mutt, is a validation of the significance of that which was shared to you.
Correct.
That's a
That's the way I see it.
validation. That's a validation of its sacredness. So
Right.
we don't need to know that. If we don't have a need to know, we don't need to know.
Right.
But the fact that you brought it up teaches us that there is validation to that which we experience. We don't have to talk to people about it.
Right. But the reason, like I said, the main reason that I popped up here was to clarify that information that I had given the other night. I'm not going to stay long. I've got some things I need to take care of. But I did want it when I saw that you all were on. I wanted to hop up here and at least get that straightened out. So
Always appreciate.
It's no problem.
well, it did bother me when I realized that I had done it, and I was like, wait a minute, I told them that that's wrong. Wait a minute, I can't, So I was like, when I saw y'all on tonight, because I've known about it for a couple of days, but I've been really kind of busy with some other stuff, and I haven't had a chance to pop up. So
I understand. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you came up.
He's been busy. You getting more plants planted again?
say again?
You trying to get some more plants going again?
No, not right now.
Ah, okay.
Not right now.
I was thinking about some of them tomatoes and
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna do so hot this time of year unless I put them outside. And if I put them outside, I don't think it's really gonna work this time of year. I don't think they like 40-degree weather.
You might be
No,
surprised
not
inside.
generally.
I have some peppers that are doing fantastic.
Really, nice.
I put a
there was
plant.
who was saying the other day that. Go ahead.
I put a plant floodlight over them.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
that's a good one.
It might be us. Sorry, if it is.
I'm looking to see what else says. Nope.
Yeah, we were talking to somebody and they said they brought theirs inside and they're actually doing. I think it was it Chuck?
No, it was
Was it you,
Joe.
Chuck? I think it was.
It was Joe.
Oh, it was Joe. They said
It
they're a
was-
lot bigger now.
Yeah.
Doing better.
Enope.
Yeah.
It was Enope.
Yeah.
I have green
okay.
peppers inside.
That's Enob.
Yeah.
You all remember that prayer that started with "Grant me the wisdom to know the difference."
Yeah.
Serenity prayer.
This one lady's holding up a sign that says, "I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept." I thought that was pretty good.
That's a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
That's a sign of the times right there. That's what that is.
And surprisingly, it's a young girl.
Wow.
Wonder Bar. I love that.
Before I leave, is everybody doing okay tonight? And I've been watching some streams while I've been doing some other stuff, and I know that some of the cities have gotten kind of crazy.
Well, I think a couple of deer in my yard are misbehaving, but I think
Okay, well, okay. As long as they don't get too riotous, we'll be okay.
that,
So long as-
Bucks, I tell you.
So long as the big buck I saw last night doesn't charge me when I go outside, we're good.
Yep. And the Sasquatch keeps squashing mailboxes. That's fine with me.
Yeah, now we're getting a little on the crazy side. So. Now,
Yeah.
see, don't those Sasquatches know once the person buys the mailbox, or once the person puts the mailbox in the ground, it becomes federal property.
That's
That
right.
Sasquatch better watch out.
The wonderful thing about Sasquatch is they already don't give the government any control over them.
Yeah, they don't give a damn.
Yeah.
That's why they're so awesome.
Now the big guy like that is squashing that mailbox because they knows all the junk mail flyers that are coming in now for Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
That stuff always blows up the mailboxes. It just litters up the woods.
Yeah, and he was
And
probably
it's
like,
all on
stop
shiny
killing
paper."
trees.
It's all on shiny paper. Shiny paper is worthless as toilet paper to a big guy. You need newspaper.
He didn't.
It's probably
He didn't.
all
Mess,
those political ads coming.
yeah. He didn't mess with my Molio mailbox. The rest of ours.
I hate you.
Yeah, what would you do to save the world?
Do you want to say hi now? You're on now.
I hate you.
Hi, Princess.
Yes, they're talking to you.
That's
Hello,
Princess.
Angel Eyes.
Can you say hi? They can't see your flower.
Well, you have
No.
to show the flower, Grandma. It's a pretty flower. You got to show it.
Except she lays it on my computer. That'll do it.
Okay.
Bless her heart.
All set. Grandma's safe now. You have a pretty flower.
Touch any buttons. Why? Because if you touch a button, we might mess it all up. I don't know.
We would wait for you. I will wait.
So, Garrett, how are you, brother?
Garrett.
Meriton.
Garrett's my brother from another mother.
Right on.
I seen you today in our chat, Garrett.
Yeah, he likes hanging out with us too. It's pretty cool.
He was in just before, and then I think Pappy came in just before you.
Hi, Garrett. Hannah, they're still outside the courthouse.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What fools.
Yeah, what are they still
Oh,
going
yeah.
out there for?
See, and I had
Wait,
heard.
is it still
In
daylight there?
Denver, they've stopped traffic in the middle of the main thoroughfare.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I heard that. Shut down a highway. Wasn't that JB who did that?
No, it's going on like right now. Like I was watching that before I came over here.
Who's blocking it? Naysayers?
I give you three letters, and the first one starts with burn.
We got it.
Supposedly.
Oh wait, that's not a letter. That's a word. My mistake.
Yeah.
That's funny because a week ago, when they thought that it would be over sooner, they said that they were going to make a curfew. I guess they changed their mind.
It wasn't fitting their narrative.
Well, they can't.
Yeah.
They've already delivered all the bricks. What are they going to do with them?
Well, Pappy
Well,
and I had
people
some
are homeless.
suggestions about
They
that
could-
earlier today.
Build homes and
I could use about 24. I've got a fire pit in the back. I'd love to brick off.
hey, there you go.
Right? And a patio. I would love a little walkway to get me up out of the mud.
That'd be great.
I just can't live in a city. So, but seriously, some of these youngins out there that aren't working, man, they could grab those bricks, take them over to an old lady's house, build her a nice patio.
Replace
Yeah,
bricks in the
what a
house
beautiful early Christmas present that would be.
Right?
Yeah, I would
Come
love
over to
that.
my house. Then they could come over to the cripple guy's house and
Yeah.
help him put those
We don't
bricks
have
in
one.
the fire pit. I mean,
Exactly.
it wouldn't take long.
Then come over to our house, put our stuff in, our pizza oven.
And
we
you
wanna
know,
have.
And all we have to do, we don't even have to do anything, but we could cook them a good meal. And
Yep.
I'm sure that would be appreciated because food does something for the soul.
Hey, I told the furnace guy today because we found out actually two things happened to us yesterday. Found out last night that the wood burner furnace had a crack in the back, so my brother couldn't start a fire in the main house, so he went and turned the furnace on. When he turned the furnace on, it kept turning on and off. So we had the service guy out, and here the condenser is clogged. So now the furnace has to be cleaned out. So on top of buying a brand new wood furnace today, we have to also spend over $1,000 to have the furnace cleaned. Oh gosh, yeah. It was right. It's nothing you can do. It's just what it is. But it's just, well, anyhow, the furnace guy was here and he said something about taking it apart. I was like, oh well, shoot. I said we can probably figure out how to get rid of that $1,000. I said we'll cook up some hamburgers, French fries, have a couple beers. You're gonna be here all day cleaning the thing anyhow, right? He's like, oh yeah.
I'll be look. If they wants to come help me with this fire pit, I'm a great Irishman. I've got plenty of Jamesons. I got haggis, and I've got some lamb.
That's Scottish. That's Scottish. Haggis is Scottish.
I'm also
I
part
had to
Scottish.
drink all the Jameson before I had the haggis.
But I mean, you serve me corned beef and cabbage with some homemade mashed potatoes, and I'm there.
How about a corned beef? How about this? How about a corned beef brisket?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Make sure we got some cabbage.
Yep,
I
there
mean,
you
because
go.
that speaks to my Irish, and I just can't help it. And I gotta have potatoes with it too.
Listen, I personally don't eat cabbage because I don't like it. I can't stand
Oh,
the
my
smell
goodness.
of it. It just, I know. They've actually talked about taking my Irish card from me because I don't like cabbage. But
Yeah.
but I make up for. But listen, I make up for it in potatoes. It's okay.
Okay. All right.
Well,
You're
I
safe.
mean potatoes, right?
But yeah, we can do a corn. Look, I don't like cabbage, but I make a mean brisket and cabbage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can boil it, bake it, fry it. I don't care how you make it. You can
Ferment it.
You can ferment it. I don't even care. I love cabbage. I've never had cabbage I didn't like.
My mother's favorite dish with cabbage is fermented cabbage with a little bit of vinegar over it. She's also partying. She's actually not the Irish side. That's my dad's side. My mother's the Scottish and English side. The English love vinegar on everything.
That sounds a little.
Yeah,
Korean.
that's where our malt vinegar traditions come from.
Say again, Pappy?
I say that sounds a little Korean to me. They call it kimchi, fermented cabbage.
Yeah, well, I guess the Irish eat it too, but I never understood it.
That never made sense to me. Why would you ferment cabbage? It's pretty doggone gassy the way it comes right out of the ground.
Because sauerkraut. I'm just saying, and it lasts forever. I
You ferment
love
it, it just
sauerkraut.
makes it more potent.
Oh no.
I love a good coleslaw.
Oh my god.
And I think the reason I don't do sauerkraut or cabbage of any kind was I once got a hold of some. I used to eat it occasionally, but I got a hold of some really, really, really rancid cabbage once, and it was just it was not pretty. It was actually sauerkraut, but it was just not. No, it was. Oh god, it turned my stomach.
I can tell.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, I
know
was.
Again,
Sorry. Yeah, it's just
More for
no.
me.
never having that.
Don't they say more for me?
Yeah.
Brother, I will make it all day long as you eat it.
Hey, you can make as much as you want. Even if I'm the only person eating it, you won't have many leftovers.
That's fine.
See, I'm the same. I don't like coleslaw at all. But we found a good organic.
Sauerkraut, yeah.
Good organic sauerkraut that Heather loves
That my
And-
husband lets me open in the house.
and doesn't stink.
Mm.
Not one bit.
I've always liked coleslaw. But
No, I
I'll
like
tell you what,
coleslaw.
There
Well,
was
you
a
said
time.
coleslaw.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant sauerkraut. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, you did say coleslaw. Yeah.
Yeah, I love coleslaw, but yeah, Heather loves sauerkraut. My bad. Didn't mean to say it like
I'll tell
that.
you a true life story about coleslaw. From when I was in the military. When I first went in the military, I was making a great big $72 a month. That was my pay. And even though after I got out of basic training and everything, I got assigned to, after Vietnam, I got assigned over to Hawaii. So now I'm probably making, I don't know, $130 a month, which was never enough, So I took a lot of us took part-time jobs. Well, I was working at McDonald's. I had a friend, he worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I happen to love Kentucky Fried Chicken's coleslaw. Well, he was one of my barracks mates. We lived in the barracks at the time. He was a black guy. And I remember, I distinctly remember about him that he used to use the old underarm deodorant that had the aluminum powder in it. And his armpits would be all white. So I got done working one night at McDonald's. And I was picking him up. And so we're both going back to the barracks afterwards. So I'm sitting outside waiting for him to work, get done with his work. He pokes his head out the door, and he was wearing a tank top at the time, too. He says, I'll be right out. He says, I'm making coleslaw. I said, oh, I like coleslaw. So I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to get myself a dish of coleslaw. Well, I went to the back door of the Kentucky Fried Chicken where he's in the kitchen making coleslaw, and they had one of these stainless steel bowls that was probably held 50 gallons. And it had all the coleslaw stuff in there, and he was pouring in the cabbage and pouring in the salad dressing and the carrot mix and all that sort of stuff. He was mixing that stuff with his hands and his arms. He was going down into that bowl and coming up and just mixing everything together. He had coleslaw juice running down his armpits and everything else.
That's how they did it.
I didn't drink. I didn't eat coleslaw from that Kentucky Fried Chicken again. He was making enough for a couple of months.
Yeah, now they have to wear gloves and protection and all kinds of stuff. Not even because of what's going on, just even
As
I think
food
about
safety
10 years ago,
standards.
yes, food safety standards, you couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, this was back in this was early.
You could get away with it.
Early 70s. Back very early 70s. There was a lot of stuff that was back then. You washed your hands up real good and got yourself clean, and you went right in there, and that's how they did it. I mean, I seen these Coney Island hot dog places. You ever go into one of those, and you'll get you go in there and order like 10 hot dogs, with the fixings and stuff. And
Happy's bound and determined to ruin my ideal meal. Anyway, go on. I love a good Coney dog.
You go into one of those little Coney Island places like that, and that guy's There's usually a little short guy, and he's about as wide as he is short, and he's got a white stained apron all up and down him for all the grease from the hot dogs and the chili and everything else. And you say, well, they had the special on those Coney Island dogs. You buy 10 for such and such a price, because you can never eat just one. You got to have about 9 of them. And he'll start filling them up, and he'll line them all up his hairy arm. He got all them hot dogs in there, and then he'll start pulling them down and wrapping them all up and everything. Never thought about it much, Of course, I was still in the military then, so I know I ate a lot of stuff that I didn't realize was in that food, I'm sure.
Well,
So it
you had
didn't
plenty of
bother me then.
inoculations too. Military took care of you.
You walked the gauntlet. You were good.
When I broke my ankle in jump school, they put me on medical hold. So, of course, they aren't military, is not going to let you just sit around do nothing. So they put me on these details where we would go out. We were feeding, we were bringing chow out to the field training exercise areas. And down at the place I was at in Fort Benning, Georgia, they had Ranger School down there. And of course, they had these poor fellows out there. They were out there 2 or 3 weeks at a time, surviving off the land or whatever. And so we had a staging point, and they were going to get their first hot meal in a long time. And I'm standing there behind a table, and I got this big container. They call it a thermite can. It's a thermos. And in that, it had rice and gravy. Well, those damn black gnats were flying everywhere down in them Georgia pines. They were landing on everything. Boy, and I tried to keep them out of the food. After a while, I just said, heck with it. I just started stirring them in.
Protein.
And those guys, that was probably one of the best hot meals they'd had in days. Boy, none of them complained.
Tons of protein.
Yep. Pappy, when I was homeless for like 5 years, I ate things that even you would probably go, "What in the world are you doing?" So yeah, a few gnats isn't going to bother me.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at what you do if you don't know about it, or if you're desperate enough.
True enough.
Because it's sometimes the mind of a person, gets overruled by the, when it gets down to a situation like that, And even people, and the reason that I bring any of this up is always a teaching associated with it, is that, people are taught that, you can only eat certain things, or you have to cook it this way, or it has to be prepared this way or that area. But at the same time, they'll have teachings that are hidden there someplace that tells them it isn't what goes into your mouth that makes you impure; it's what comes out of it. In other words, why make judgment on stuff that's coming in to nourish you that I provided for you, yet you're putting stuff out that is not nourishing to anyone that hears it.
True enough. True enough.
Bonnie, did you get that email?
Like-
She fall asleep.
Just now, recently. Let me look.
Okay, gang. I'm
I
going to
sent it
hop
to you
off.
about 5 minutes ago.
Y'all have a good night.
Alrighty. Have a good night, Mike.
You have a good night,
Good
Mike.
to see you.
Y'all
It
take
was
it
good
easy.
seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Mike.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of the pepper plant.
Hi, Katie.
Hey, Robert.
Katie's down in the
Katie
chat.
uncooked. Uncorked.
And Badger's here.
Yeah, Badger's here.
Chuck,
Oh boy.
how you doing, Chuck? Bonnie's down in the chat. Hi, Bonnie.
Brian,
in chat.
by the way,
Thank
Brian, that corned beef on rye, add a little bit of Swiss and some sauerkraut.
Oh man.
Mm-mm. There's Dragonfly.
There she is.
Hey, that was
Hi.
a signal. I'm next for the bath.
Okay, watch out for the wiggling finger then, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, you. Oh my goodness. You guys would have thought me, my roommate. Hi. You guys would have thought me and my roommate were a couple of nuts today if you'd have been driving in the same area as us. When that Kyle Rittenhouse verdict came across the radio, we were driving down the road coming home, and
Start
I'll
swerving.
tell you. Oh, her and I
And
had tears in
catch
our
her breath.
eyes. We were so happy. I like took my hands off the steering wheel and was driving with my knees, and I'm like giving her a hug while we're going down the road. And we're in town, and next thing you know, we're rolling down our windows, honking the horn and yelling and telling people, and people are going, "Yay!"
That's
We're in
awesome.
Wisconsin, you know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's right. Gotta let the whole world know.
Yeah.
I'm here.
But you'd have liked little Sagey's, the little report I have on Sagey. I think some of you know about it, but we had taken her on that trip. And while I sat in the car with her when Judy went into the feed mill to get some crickets, little Sage didn't like the people that were walking close to the car, or the people with the dogs, or the dog that was looking out the window from the place that Auntie just went into. So she was bark, 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 bark. And I was like, I didn't know I could miss that.
That means she's well on the mend then. She's large and in charge again.
I am back to protect him.
Like, get away from my mommy and my aunt. So just thought I'd give you guys that update.
Yeah.
8,000
You want to be the star again?
Oh,
She's
she's all
just
tuckered
chilling.
out tonight.
Yep.
Hey.
Pretty eventful day for her today.
And yes, Brian, that sounds exactly like a Reuben, which happens to be my very favorite sandwich if it is made properly.
Oh my goodness, mine too.
Oh, nothing beats a good Reuben. I had a Reuben 27 years ago that I can still remember the flavor of.
I like mine
Look
on
up a
pumpernickel.
muffalata.
A what?
Muffalata.
Talking about them the other. You were talking about that the other night, weren't you?
Yeah, as I was saying, that's like a Cajun Reuben, but it's made with I forget the name of the Cajun lunch meat that's on it, but it's got ham and salami and the Swiss cheese and provolone, and they put that olive mix on it. And it's a special Italian sesame seed bread.
That's
Special
right.
Italian sesame. Yeah. That does sound good. With some chips and a pickle on the set. Oh, yeah.
Remember a couple days ago when I said I think I bit the crap out of my tongue? You guys remember a couple days ago when I said I think I bit the crap out of my tongue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you?
Now it was hurting, and yesterday it started. That's why I ain't been on nothing, because it started hurting yesterday, and it went from my tongue to the side of my jaw, close to my chin, and it's like my lip, and then up under my jaw, where like it's under my tongue. It's all sore, and I'm miserable, and like headache, mouth hurts, can't eat. I don't know if it's between me biting my tongue.
That sounds like an infection.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
You
sound
need
like you
to
bit your tongue.
do some saltwater rinses or something, maybe. I'm not a
did that,
doctor by any
I-
means, but
that and Listerine, and I've been taking penicillin that I had around here.
yo, Vic.
How do you have penicillin?
How do I have it?
Fish moxin.
Yep.
Wow.
Go to the fish store. You can go to a fish store and get that stuff.
You can get amoxicillin and penicillin.
You can get
That was Bathing Beauty.
You can get like sulfaxin, you can get all that stuff there.
Yeah. Shop
You get a
around.
bottle of them. I got a bottle of 250, and I've looked them up on the Poison website, and they're the actual numbers. They are what they are.
Hey, Victor.
Yeah,
Hey,
my brother taught me
CJ.
that years ago.
CJ,
Why
you got
so-
cooks all around you.
I really hope you're feeling better there, Chuck, real soon.
Yeah.
Better keep eye on that.
Even my wife's like, she goes, I don't like it when you don't talk. She goes, usually a minute don't go by that you aren't saying some kind of shit.
Oh,
you
when
know
I'm
what
not
that's
talking.
from, don't you? You know what that's from, don't you, Chuck?
What?
Your mouth is all sore because you've been biting your tongue so much at some of these other chats out there.
I was going to say, tell your wife that was the answer that we gave you to the question she had you ask. That you had to be quiet more often to see.
Jasper, what do you said? Black cohosh, didn't you? I think that's what I told her to look into.
Well, yeah,
All right.
look into it, see if that's.
Colloidal silver also. Warm salt water.
Gargle with salt, sea salt water, or just straight salt?
I use just straight salt.
In
You
water.
can use whatever salt you want. And,
Yeah. Well,
you know,
salt kills
water.
bacteria.
Yeah,
Joseph,
but like the sea salt, it has
Yeah.
minerals in it. Iodized salt is just a chemically made based salt.
hi Victor. Joseph, that picture is small. I don't know if it'll share like you're wanting it to.
All right, let me resend it. I clicked on large.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, now he's gonna get me into something here. God dog it.
You know, Chuck, you need to let us know if it gets any worse. We can put you in the pot.
Yep.
A buddy of mine told me to put a tea bag in my lip where it bothers me the most. I ain't done
Yeah.
that.
Tannins and tea bags have been shown to pull things out. They have a draw effect, like kind of like baking soda has a drawing effect. You know, draws things out.
Hi, Victor.
There's neat little talking about drawing something out.
I went to take a drink of tea and it went the wrong way. Whoa, shit.
Uh-oh.
Cover that keyboard.
Too much moonshine in the tea.
I was trying to do take a drink and swish it because that tea feels good on it. And when I swished it too hard, it pulled and it made me gasp and I sucked it down.
Oh, I feel for you. I
Welcome
know
to old age.
I've been doing that all my life, going down the wrong pipe.
Just wait till you get older. It happens quite often.
I realized it wasn't a pipe, it was an actual rabbit hole.
Man drowns drinking tea.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Are
Chuck,
you trying any kind of hot tea? Oh, I'm
It's
sorry,
cold.
Pappy. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering if this was the wrong time to ask Chuck if he wanted to participate in the Packy One Chip Challenge.
The
Yeah.
what?
Really?
In the what?
Now that's a challenge.
That one chip challenge where it's dipped in the world's hottest pepper powder.
Oh, hell no.
Oh boy.
It's called pepper sauce.
Oh.
I think that's what got me. I ate some these Cheeto things that I like. They're off brand. They're made by Golden Flake and they're awesome. And I ate too many of them. And I started off with, I had like Captain Crunch mouth.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you died from choking on that tea, we'd be the only ones to know along with you, because I'll tell you what, they would label it something that starts with a C that killed you.
Yep.
Nice peppers, Joe.
I'll come back and haunt them.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, they're still producing and everything. Look at that. Those are
Yeah, I've
beautiful.
had them in about a month now.
I must say I'm a little jealous, and now I want stuffed peppers for dinner some night soon.
I got a pepper plant outside still growing, even though it's been getting down cold. I need to put it in something, bring it in.
Yeah, they don't like
tonight.
anything under 50 degrees.
Yeah. These grew about 6 inches after I brought them in.
You got no special light on them or nothing, huh?
No.
Huh.
I feed them daily with water and Miracle Grow.
Jealous, because I'm not, but it's just like a familiar phrase.
Thank you, Vonnie.
Thank you for sharing, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, is that Joseph?
Don't overfeed them now, because if you overfeed them and overwater them, what happens? The fruit will actually split as they grow. It looks like they got little scar tissue on the outside. It's just stretch marks, is what it is.
If you want a really good hot pepper, you water them really good the night before you're gonna pick them.
Yeah, it makes them juicy. Yeah.
Plus,
That's the only window I have to put them in, and it's right by the wood stove, so it's dry air.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Well,
like
make sure you rotate that planter all the time. Otherwise, they'll start taking a lean. You know, they can get leggy.
yeah, look like they're starting to reach, like they're leaning towards the windows.
Yep.
Well, I was just trying to see the picture to make sure it was legal for me to show it. I wasn't sure what I was looking for.
Well, I didn't want to put any clothes on them.
Okay.
Well, you know, you can pinch those pepper plants back to keep them from getting too tall. If you pinch them back before they start producing the flowers on the top, that'll encourage the stem to get a little thicker, and they might throw out some lower shoots as well.
Yep.
Good idea.
Did I miss Dorinda?
What?
Were you guys on long enough to see Dorinda at all, or haven't you seen her tonight?
No.
Saw her earlier today.
Okay.
Dorinda messaged me and she said that she was not going to be up tonight because she was just wiped out, tired. She was going to bed.
Oh, okay.
And I said, "You will be missed."
Yes. Well, that's nice that she did that because I was just wondering about her.
Yeah. That's
It's
what's
funny, you know, we had that connection spiritually to each other, you know, so when any one of us is absent, you know, that connection is still there. It tugs on us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
Oh
the
my
first
goodness,
show we
mine.
We're missing Dorinda.
after the first show we missed, we got about 15 or 16. Oh my gosh, are you guys okay?
Yeah.
And I was very touched by that. I really was.
You want to say hi to everybody, hon?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
Hi.
Over animals.
Aloha.
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 How is Gigi doing? She's doing okay, I think. I don't hear much from her.
Did she get upset
Any
with
idea
somebody?
why she hasn't had a show?
I think she's just collecting her thoughts.
I know a day or two ago I seen her on Ken Carson's.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw her there this morning.
I hope she doesn't have any problems with her hubby.
Wouldn't know.
I don't either.
Well, one of the things that you'll find out is people that will come and go, okay? And as they grow into their own spiritual awareness and stuff, they'll sometimes sequester what I call turtling. You know, they'll go within as they consolidate their own center, so to speak, and then they'll come back out of the shell. You know, those paths crisscross very often. You know, so we don't worry about people once they take off on a journey of exploration. We just wish them, happy adventure.
Wish them well placed steps.
Yep.
There you go. May the road rise up to meet you.
Usually when that
My,
happens,
always my favorite Irish blessing.
when the road rises up to meet me, I'm usually falling on my face, but that's still a step ahead. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm built pretty close to the ground, so that's a blessing to me.
Yeah, gravity pulls harder as we get older. Remember, weevils wobble; they don't fall down.
That was a good saying, unless you're on a motorcycle.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. But you have to be careful on a motorcycle, with all them bugs and little birds and everything,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you start hearing that old song, "May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. May an elephant caress you with his toes."
Showing your age.
Oh, yeah.
I never heard of it.
You never
Now
heard of
look
that?
who he called to us. Do y'all see who he called to us?
Gigi, your ears burning.
Honey, I hope you're okay. We hope you're fine. You're doing well.
We know how to get that girl's attention.
Redheaded stepsister, where are you?
We just wondered where you've been.
I just envision us all standing on the web and reaching down and saying, "Okay, this one's going to go to that person over there. Everybody pick that string. I can go poing."
We are
Happy. That is so funny you mentioned that because I am the kind of person that goes up to the spider web and does that to a spider, and my friends all freak out because they don't like spiders. I play with them.
So you're going out and playing the spider harp, huh?
Catch bugs and throw them in the web.
Yep.
Nice to see you, Gigi.
We don't play with spiders around here.
She don't
Yeah.
like spiders and snakes.
You gotta know what ones are what.
That
I don't
you
like
do.
them little jumpers. They look at you with them 100 eyes in the front of their head, and they're looking at you, and they're bouncing up and down, and the next thing you know, they're on you.
Yeah. Yep. Those are weird.
Say, "Come here, I'm going to bite you."
Hey, they don't have them here. Weird.
You're lucky. If we
Yeah.
could jump
I
as
saw
high
one
as
of them today.
If we could jump as high as a spider, we wouldn't need ladders to do our roofing.
I was kind of naughty when I was a little girl. I told you about the flies and how I would make a little loop and or slip knot on out of a piece of my hair and make them into a kite. Well, my brother and I used to pull the legs off from Daddy Longlegs, just one leg on each different spider, and we would have sword fights with spider legs because they kept moving. That's weird, huh?
And I used to have a lot of fond thoughts of you. Now I'm going to call you the spider screamer.
Gigi, were you in there when they got me bent out of shape the other night?
And Joe knows Gigi.
Huh?
Yes, we used to try to entertain ourselves with Pappy. That's what happens.
Yeah, I've had
That's what
it
you
rough
find
on
when
that.
you're both in the corner.
Native 10.
Ah, I just read her comment.
So, Gigi, do you know who Chairman Joe is?
I think the
She
Heyoka
probably
medicine is
does.
slowly spreading. You know,
Mm.
people caught the teaching of humor and its power.
Nope, not yet.
Well,
When was the last time you saw Shane in here?
What?
he's
Since before he
been
changed
lurking.
since before he changed his bedtime.
Is his nickname a chairman?
No, I'm pretty sure that's not Shane.
That's funny.
And Bonnie would know.
Well-
After all, she is internet married to the man.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it's Shane.
Oh no,
because they were both in chat at LW at the same
I
time.
was- and I was gonna say, Shane's humor is a bit drier. I mean, CJ, you got some good dry humor too. I really enjoy it, but at the same time, I know Shane's humor.
Good cover, chairman.
Mhm.
You were the mustache and beard, Ken. Good one, Gigi.
Yeah, and I think Shane calls Gigi Red too. So
It's not Monty either.
No, it's not Monty.
Well, if he was to say Chairman Shane, you would have known.
True.
I got the
Yeah, we'll
butler
just let him
and
play Spies versus Spy for a little bit longer.
Joe, do I know?
I think I put too much of Ambisol in my mouth. It kind of tastes like when I was a kid. Mom stuck a bar of soap in it. Ah.
Oh, don't use Ambisol. Use clove oil. It's not only healthier and less chemicals, but it does taste better.
I got a bottle of it
Because it's
over here.
inevitable you're going to get that stuff on your taste buds.
Gigi, he gave you a clue, man. I know who that is. Just by what he said in one word. I don't care who he is. You know what I'd do with that mask, don't you? Mr. Joe.
You have to tell me in a sidebar, Robert.
Private chat.
We don't need members only here. By George, we have panel members only. I'm just messing, guys. I'm just messing.
Chairman Joe, if you don't know who you are, what you do is you go to the old folks home or whatever it is that you live at there, and you go to the front desk and you ask them because they'll know who you are.
Just check the mailbox.
Well, what if it looks like Robert's neighbor's mailbox?
Okay, what
He'll
was the
come back and
clue? I
say, well,
missed it.
the mail says current resident.
Don't see a clue. Who
Oh, I'm sure
is
Pappy already
Shane?
knows it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't call it the old folks home. They call it the senior center.
Or sometimes known as the brown zone if you listen to Monkey Works.
The Tater Express.
They call me tater salad. No Ron White fans here?
Yeah,
You know,
I need
people
to
were
quit making. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Bonnie. You're the
I
host.
was just going to say I need to quit making old jokes. My stepfather had a silver alert put out on him today. That was kind of nerve-wracking for a minute.
There's Robert.
Is he all right?
Did you
Yes, he's fine.
did you see private chat or no? Did you see what I put in private chat? Don't say it out loud.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. That's who I think it is.
Did you hear me say that earlier?
No.
Well, that's true. You're right.
It's blue.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting. Following the pathways of your conversation, which is difficult. It's like trying to unwheel a wadded up spider web sometimes, following where these conversations go. But
Come on,
good
shit,
Lord.
Bert.
I mean, that's like a certain somebody that we know that's supposed to be in charge goes in for a medical procedure, and they're calling it one thing, but it was actually a brain scan.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord, this is so much fun.
What is it? Monkey Works guy calls him? I can't think of it. Flip flop or something. What's that?
Called who?
Joe.
He calls him mashed potato, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he calls him potato head.
Flashbang, that's right.
Flashbang. There, no. We can call him by that, and he shouldn't know who we're talking about if we want to talk about him.
Well, y'all got to be careful because, you know, we get talking about somebody in these chats and they show up in comments pretty soon.
yeah, really.
Oh gosh, we don't want that kind of attention.
No.
No, 'cause I'd get banned. I'd tell him everything he didn't want to hear and probably get arrested.
You know what would be fun though is being able to block somebody like that, right? That would be really fun.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Your channel gets taken down. There, take that. Strike one, strike two, strike three. Bye.
We'll meet you at all of our favorite weirdos. That's going to be the backup channel.
Poor Gigi,
Hey,
she's
CJ.
just naming everybody.
Be
CJ,
careful
the
of the web you weave.
The only thing I have for any kind of injection is the person that injects the butter in the turkey.
I prefer
Jocularity. You obviously have a very good vocabulary. Are you sure you're not Shane? Because he has a very good vocabulary as well.
Not as talented as the doctor.
So he's talking about
I thought
Rob.
jocularity was the irritation that you got when you wore it too long when it was hot outside.
Hey, he's trying to turn this into Gigi's show with words we're supposed to figure out what they mean.
jocularity means levity, humor,
Yeah, I'm
amusement.
kidding.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Oka.
Heyoka.
Robert, number 43.
43.
Hut.
In Gematria, it adds up to number 7.
Yep.
The seventh sacred direction, the within. I think it might apply to what's going on tonight.
Oh, I thought you meant spider. 43. 43.
Hey, that's another way of saying it.
43 is a spider card.
What's that?
43 is a spider card.
Yeah. You think there's a lesson for anybody here tonight?
Yeah, for Anna to stop pulling the legs off of those daddy long legs
That's
Yeah.
and sword fighting with them.
Anna's
I stopped
constantly
years
pulling somebody's
ago.
leg.
I stopped years ago.
And
My
It could be
goodness.
worse. It could be worse. Anna could be going through here and pulling everybody's finger.
yeah, yeah.
No, I
Anna,
want to live.
I did something far worse. My grandmother had one of those little black spiders with the white dot on the back, and she
Mhm.
named it Murgatroyd. And it chose my bedroom to stay in. And it was always on my ceiling, and I was afraid it was going to fall off on me. And I think I was about 6 years old, and they came back from shopping, and I was all excited, and I said, I killed Murgatroyd. I got a spanking.
Well, I didn't get a spanking for what I did, but I got in trouble. I got the lesson about how some spiders might be dangerous. So I never did it again.
That's why I said we don't play with spiders here. Too many brown recluse and black widows.
Yeah.
An interesting fact, Anna, and you may know this already. If it wasn't for the fact that the fangs on a daddy long-legged spider are so short, most of us would be in serious trouble. And they're not aggressive either, because their venom is some of the most potent venom of any spider.
Yep.
And
Yep.
technically, they're not a spider.
And when you squish them, they stink too. They're like a stink bug.
The
How would
daddy
you know-
long legs.
And how would you
Yeah.
know that, may we ask?
I wasn't
That's
gonna
gotta be.
Black Widow.
So
Because
I think Sherman Joe might be a Google bot.
I know
Oh, I
that
didn't
only
think of that
because
one.
Sorry, Anna.
When I was in Bible camp, the whole outside of the canteen where all us kids would go to buy our camp shirts that said the camp logo and all that stuff on it, and then the lake shirts and all the candies and goodies and ice cream bars. We would go there to buy stuff. It was just loaded, peppered with all of these crawling all over. And I was asked if I minded brushing them down with the broom and getting rid of them so that people could come in there to get stuff without spiders constantly falling on them. And yeah, they stink. So that's how I know. Because I was the only one that wasn't afraid of them.
There she is.
She's still trying to figure out Sherman Joe.
There she is. Where's that?
Trying to figure out Sherman Joe.
You have to turn off your YouTube, honey.
Shit, that's me. Hang on.
Oh, we missed you too.
Been too long, hasn't it?
I'll tell you who I think of the two names that comes to mind, it'd be either Jeff or Shane. Maybe.
Canadian. Oh, yeah, I'm. That's what I put the hat on, get serious, and go. Okay, you MFer, what the fuck?
You get into the giggle pot again.
I still said it. Oh shit! Somebody just went to bed too.
Did you get into the giggle pot again?
Probably.
You remember that?
Doing it now.
Squirrel.
We need one more to make the Brady Bunch.
Oh.
I had some of that one time. I couldn't even get out of the recliner at my brother's house, man. I was just giggling too hard.
I been still working on my basement. I'm still catching up. I just catch up with you guys during the day. That's just like, oh my god, this one's having this issue, this one's having that issue, blah blah blah. I'm like, my peeps. And then of course I had to get Ken today. That was so much fun. Now, just to show you what my hubby and I do, this is a game called Catan. Now, those of you
Called
that
what?
have seen, it's called Catan, Catan. Now, if you watch Big Bang Theory, oh my goodness, I don't know how many episodes, a couple of years ago, anyways, they talked about this game and whatever, and it was hilarious. I was like, oh my god, we're nerds. This is on Big Bang Theory. But you know, when you're playing just the two of you, you gotta kind of rig it a little bit kind of different instead of having 3 or 4 or whatever players. So I should have won the second game. I won the first game. I should have won this game. Darn it! I'm so disappointed. It was my game. All of a sudden, he's like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, no, Zombie, no. I had to put my host down and join my rope. No, you brat. All in good fun. But, you know, the only thing I like is
Do you know who that is with the red car?
with the red truck?
No, car.
Red car?
It's a car.
Red car?
On the screen in front of you?
Name.
You know.
Up on panel.
I thought she said she knew.
Right there.
Oh,
Right
she
there.
liked that car in the past.
Yeah.
That's a hint.
Okay. So that's the same as Chairman Joe?
No.
Nope.
Okay, you almost had me confused there. I'm like, don't do that.
I think it was on your show that we were talking about cars that one day, and those cars were put up on your screen, I think.
Yeah, you know him.
Okay, that sounds familiar. You're right? Because he waved at me, and I'm like, but I don't remember that name. That changed the name or something.
Yes.
But wait a minute.
That's my name spelled backwards.
Oh, Bonnie, you're supposed to let her guess it.
This is so much fun.
She still doesn't know who you are, though.
Yeah,
It's going to be enough words to figure out on her show.
Germany talking. No wonder I can't get. I'm like, this one? What? Who? What?
Here, do you want me to tell you what my traditional greeting for him is?
Well, you great people, at least make it a little more fun in trying to figure out what a Calipidian means. What are we talking about, butts
Charlie.
now?
Nope.
Gigi, do you know that?
It's somebody with a nice butt.
Wait. John
Rage?
Sinclair.
No.
Well, oh yeah, we haven't seen his name in a while.
Oh, yeah.
I really think it's
Okay.
No, we haven't.
Naked, okay? Never forget that he's outside Sherry butt naked. So that's where I don't know anybody else's ass. Who else's ass am I at?
You have to tell me if I'm right. John Sinclair.
Yeah. That's who that is.
I was gonna say for the name Joe and yeah, but how does ass?
You sure do have a pretty ass for a man.
Who said that?
You want to go for a ride in my truck? I'll buy you dinner. Can you squeal like a pig?
Actually, to know what it
No, is she trying to figure out Chairman Joe or the guy on the screen with the car?
Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. So Chairman Joe is John Sinclair, but I still don't know who's on screen. Nice car, definitely.
Who's on
It's
first?
John Sinclair. Knights Templar guy that
Who is
discovered
that?
America and Canada.
Who is that?
Yeah, I don't. He showed his face. I don't know who that is.
I was on your show nightly.
you wouldn't recognize his face. Last night was the first time you showed it.
I'll give you one clue. Can I
so
give her one
bad.
clue? It'll be indirect clue.
Okay.
I always partnered him up with Vic.
Yeah.
I'm not gay.
That's good.
Not like that.
That's a
I
good
don't
hint.
care.
That's a good hint.
Teach their own.
Come on.
You really should have threw him off and said, "Hey, I'm not like that."
What are you
You know that can't be camo, and
what are you smoking in Canada there?
apparently
I
pretty
like
good.
that we have the answer and Gigi doesn't. She's usually the one with the answer.
Yeah, you know.
I know. Dragging it out, making us wait.
How do you like our game?
Laugh our butt off at us.
It's been 3
Right.
weeks.
Heather, look at
I've
Victor. Why me?
I'm sitting there going, yeah, really.
Because
we had to
you
refresh.
two always had really your timing was almost impeccable. One would come in and then the other would
Like
come
within
in.
minutes.
One would leave and then the other would leave.
How do you like our game now, Gigi?
Joe, I think you got everybody up here confused like 3 blind lesbians at a fish market.
Oh yeah, that's gonna fix
Oh
things.
my goodness.
I was
used
wondering
to-
where that Royal Crown bottle was.
I see you passed it to Robert.
There you go.
You
Granny
reached
Roman.
No, I don't.
reached next to you when you did it. Looked like you stuck it in Robert's box.
There's that one.
I'm 30
Oh.
years sober. I don't drink.
Yeah, I ain't drank in 11 years. I ain't took a Lortab
you
3
been
years
there?
from about 20 minutes ago, and I think that's what's wrong with me now. I'm talkative, I don't hurt, and I'm getting where I'm slobbering on myself.
By the time she gives us a word, I'll be on the fence.
Yeah.
Monty, rage.
If it helps, I'm considering putting some of that in it.
I'm starting to feel like a heel here that I cannot think of
What
this
was that
person's
for?
name. I'm like going through, I'm like,
Brendan.
oh, as soon as I hear the person's name, I go, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't think of that.
You gonna give us a word or not?
Oh,
The bird is the word.
oh, oh.
Bird, 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 bird is the word. Bird, 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 bird is the word.
Now it's driving her nuts.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, I am not Mike Penny.
Thank you.
I'm much better looking.
Hey, I got free pizza tonight, okay? That's the kind of night I had. Ordered from Pizza Nova. Literally, the place is really only like 10 minutes around the corner, but neither one of us like, you want to pick it up? No, I don't want to pick it up. You want to pick? No, screw it.
Hey,
Hour
Gigi.
and 5 minutes later is the first time it's ever been that bad and cold. I phoned them up and they, we'll give you $10 off. Really? You don't know who you're talking to. I'll take my $35 back. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, we talked to the. That's right. Thank you. I've never complained ever. Piss off.
Hey, Gigi, I'll give you one clue. I'm a mod on your channel.
Now you're gonna help her. Here's a clue. He looks like my uncle. Which actually carries my uncle. Wait, I ain't done yet.
You got a look on your face. You gave me a kiss at a concert in the 80s.
He kind of looks like my uncle, but he carries my uncle's brother's name. Figure that one out. And he's a mod on your channel.
Yeah.
And I usually greet him with a Jimi Hendrix song.
See what happens when you don't go live for a month?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Sweet revenge.
And I thought my memory was gone.
Yeah, payback, girl. You want to play?
Oh my goodness.
This person showed
So
this
cool.
person showed
Oh my goodness. Okay, how do I do
showed
this?
trust in us and showed us his face, and you don't even know who he is.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'll come back
this is
tomorrow and
crazy.
find out
I
what the
am
word
not
is.
gonna forget this.
Oh my goodness, should we keep this an ongoing thing until she finally guesses? How many episodes will there be before it's figures out? We'll tell you next week.
You know, it's
Well,
funny.
you know what'll really be fun is when she has her next show and I'm in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Speechless.
You said my name many times.
Yeah.
Say my name. Say my
Oh,
name.
Jesus.
It wasn't the middle of the night.
Damn, I like the
How are
way
you, children?
bar tabs are my friend.
I can't even
Okay, just for you, not Trader Joe.
Trader Joe. That's a good name.
Victor wants a gal.
Okay. Do 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 do.
Gigi, while you're here, how did you put a word up on the screen?
Oh, when you were
Yeah.
make me think again.
You do. If you want to know how to do that, I can help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
While you're
Who's Joe? Who's Chairman Joe?
Yeah, you're on StreamYard. Oh my goodness. Okay, you
Never
guys.
mind. We'll talk about it some
Where
other
you going
time.
with that gun in your hand?
What happened?
When the tears are out of Gigi's eyes, she's gonna break out in the song. I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
That's not gonna happen tonight, for being clear.
She's gonna have to sleep on it.
Okay, I don't have. Yeah, because you're on that. Okay, so you gotta flip to the other window where it gives you where you want to do your banner and that. You know how you got your little ticker that can go across the bottom?
Oh, you're explaining it to me. No.
Explain this little ticker across the bottom.
I watched you.
Okay, I'm muting.
Oh.
Come on.
Gigi, start over. Who is Chairman Joe?
No, she remembers why she misses us so much.
Killing me. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Because your stuff up during the day, and it's just not the same. And then I thought, what's her name? Katie would be on, but she's been quiet. Oh my goodness.
She was here earlier. And But she didn't come up.
Yeah, come on up on. I'm
Oh, that makes me think Dr. Rob, but you're not Dr. Yeah, I'm on the crazy train. Yeah, where's my hat?
I knew you would know that song.
Lisa knows who he is.
And I went over to another screen. I'm like, no, I can't look at another screen. I can't try to keep up with you guys reading this, that. Okay, yes. You know what?
CJ.
Trader Joe.
I can't believe I'm giving up. I'm not one to give up, but I'm man, bad hostess.
Who's the one that gave all the funny answers to those words?
Lost it.
Boing.
It's like I'm drawing a blank, but I know it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like as soon as I hear this, I'm gonna go, I'm an idiot.
Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, me. I went that away.
Heather and Jeff.
Oh yeah.
Waffle House.
Last night I saw Chuck come on and
You have fun.
who else
I'll
did I
take a
speak about?
Belgian waffle.
All right, let it stew for a while.
Where'd that come from?
Take care, Joe.
Thank you for coming by.
Don't forget your bib.
No,
Good
you
night,
cannot.
Joe.
Can't hear
Whoa! You can't just leave that.
We're not
Oh,
showing
there
up.
we are now.
No. Hey, no, you cannot leave.
No more hints, Joe.
You can't just leave me like this. I'm gonna leave there and go. What the hell was that? I'm
That's
gonna have
gotta
to
be
go
Oh, I'm a,
digging. Don't make me go
I'm a
digging, Joe.
bad babysitter.
Why is that, Bonnie?
Uh-oh.
She muted.
What'd we do?
Yep. Mr. Joseph, you cannot leave me like this. Dang it. I don't want to go look back at my own stupid podcast. I don't watch my own podcast. I don't want to look.
Well, you were
Yeah,
really
you don't pay-
close.
You don't pay much attention to your chat either.
Oh, no.
I'll give you
I
another
tried.
clue. I used my full name.
Yeah. There you go.
It wasn't something like Jeff B. or Shane. Well, Shane Phelps. Yeah, I guess he used his full name. If that's his name.
You're not John Sinclair because that was a separate. Exactly.
She still doesn't know.
No, it's amazing what 3 phones will do. I'm so embarrassed.
Sorry about that. I thought I had it muted.
Oh, that was your music?
We were
no,
enjoying
it's his music. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah. They're-
You're going to the Waffle House.
Cold Zero.
Yes.
There you go.
Making me even look at myself.
purple little grimace and a
So-
terrible sound.
Going to Waffle
Wait,
House.
Who
huh?
else? Who else says that? Who else says they're going to Waffle House?
Another Waffle House around here. As a matter of fact, I'm throwing away a waffle maker because it's crappy.
Half the people at closing time at the bar. I don't know if anybody else does or not.
Who, Chuck?
I said half the people closing a bar say it, but I don't know if anybody I know.
Good point. Fair enough.
Waffle House is Southern, so that's for one thing. That's one clue.
That's when I used to get my Belgian waffle. Was at about 3:00 in the morning. I didn't go, but it was brought to me.
I always counted on Denny's being open at that time of the morning.
Oh man, I started working at Denny's for my in-laws. That lasted a week because of the way I
Bonnie.
realized they worked the restaurant. I went, yeah, I'm not carrying plates like that. I'm out of here.
I think
Do y'all
another
have
clue-
gems?
Doesn't he have a camper that he was talking about he could sell you?
Hey.
That's a good hint.
And we do have a Waffle House out by us. And I'm not south.
Hmm.
Now we got Trader Joe's.
Gee, I thought you
Change
did
the
that.
name to be more. Lenny's. I love Lenny's. Lenny's. I've never heard of Lenny's. Look up in chat.
I don't know. We're froze up again.
Oh, we're actually freezing.
Time's running out.
Yeah. Well, nothing over here is moving, and nothing over here is moving. So
Oh, you can't hear him either.
yeah, I can hear them.
Oh, okay. That's all I was asking.
Yeah.
Asking about anything else.
It's what we call Lenny's.
You'll never guess it.
I'll never guess Trader Joe, and you'll never guess.
It's like I'm looking at myself and going, where's the chat room? Shit.
Oh, look, dadgum, his name's up there.
Now it's totally obvious.
I can't believe my 15-year-old just walked in here and told me I had Pantera too loud.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Blasphemy. There's no such thing.
child?
You said that I couldn't hear.
Okay, wait a
Hi,
minute.
Gigi.
Gigi, did they teach you to read up there?
Wait,
Did they teach you to read?
wait a minute. So now Chairman Joe just
Gigi, you
changed
know
it to
me.
Trader Joe's. You're driving batty. Effort. That's all I can say. Effort. Okay. and you guys
Gigi,
are telling
look at the
me
panel.
it's not.
How do you like my car?
Okay, wait a minute. You guys told me this was not John Sinclair, correct?
Right.
Take a look at my car.
Look at the car now.
I know, but why?
It's either somebody with a nice butt or thinks you got a nice butt. That was that one
I
word they
know.
said.
Why am I having a gray
Why-
moment? I can't say wrong. It's a gray moment.
Look real close at that red car.
I
real
know.
close.
That's
Focus
what's-
on the red car. Look at it.
I know that, and I know. I'm like, it's just like,
Wow.
You know,
Squirrel.
Wow.
the red car. Who
I
had
know
the
which
car
card's coming out tonight.
Now I can say what I wanted to tell you. Slow down, woman. Look at the car.
Hello.
Right. Now look at the car. And what does it say? What does it say about the car?
Yeah, how many miles do you have that you don't? I haven't looked at my site in 3-4 weeks, Lisa. When I said I was taking a break, I took a break. Like the only thing I've done is I've looked at Bonnie's, a little tiny bit of Liberty Warrior, but that's it. And Ken, I have spent my time, literally, you guys. I don't know.
This is true,
All of a
Trader
sudden, I'm like,
Joe.
oh my god, my stupid hat.
Yeah, Joe, I'm me too.
I probably put in. I bet you I put in at least 200 hours for Ken in the last less than a week. I had like 10 tabs open, constantly going because he was so close to the end. I kept going, come on, everybody, just watch something. He's so close to the end. I just kept the whole weekend. I had it going, and we finally hit it yesterday, I think. So, cheers to Gia. Did something. Didn't cost me anything. Just open my tabs and let all the videos go. So, you know. I don't even have that many hours, but I don't have 1,000 subs, so yeah, I know. I give up.
Look at the car. Look at the
I know you
car.
guys keep telling me about the car, Mustang.
Is there a name under it?
Look at the car.
It's a red, pretty car from here.
Is there a name?
Is there a name under it?
I give up. A.
That's I was like, Mustang. I don't know. I can't tell from the itty little bitty circle.
Pappy, do you have any prayers for this one?
I don't. Whoa.
Oh, you just put your name on the front.
Lord help.
No, I did not.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, who passed around the ayahuasca?
We miss you so much.
Boy, I'm happy you guys didn't do that to me.
That's all right. Wait till Shane comes in.
I'm sorry, Mr. Greenwich. Greenwich.
Now it's Mr. Greenwich.
Yeah.
Now she's remembering. Oh yeah, I didn't give him the word
As soon as
tonight.
I see the last name, I went, oh,
He always asks me for the word.
Her cheeks almost match her hair.
I couldn't think of the last. I'm like, okay, Joseph, yeah, okay. All I kept sticking in my head was Joseph Sinclair. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Joseph is
I
there.
just typed it in
Oh, did
to
ya?
see if it was going to show up.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you saw it.
Good night,
Hey,
Jerry.
Hey,
Paula.
Pappy, look at private chat.
I answered,
Bella.
I answered in private chat.
You did. It hasn't showed up for us.
Yeah, it didn't show up.
We're having issues on this end tonight.
Oh,
Look at that.
probably before she goes to sleep. Because I asked her.
Which
Okay,
is-
Joseph.
Whoops, I'm not muted.
Mr. Joseph Greenwich. Greenwich. I keep wanting to say Greenwich now. I don't know why. Joseph. What's that? Is Gigi not looking at chat? Yeah, I'm looking at chat, sort of. The last thing you said, Lisa, was, oh my goodness, way up there. How many mods do you have? Oh, I know. I should have looked at my. I gave up looking somewhere to find my mods. I know I had to go to YouTube to find my mods, and I went, yeah, forget it. Don't make me think.
I love you
Gigi,
guys.
how-
I'm gonna jump down. I have to plug in my phone, and it usually won't stay. I won't be able to stay up while it's on. Is it over?
Love you, Anna.
Sweet dreams.
Love you, Anna.
Love you too. You can
Good
use
night.
your laptop, girl.
Come on.
Talk to you guys later.
Hi, Anna.
Night, Anna.
How's your hubby doing, Gigi?
Good. Actually, this week he's worked so much overtime it was ridiculous. I made a nice well. I was supposed to put a roast in, and then he's like, "Oh, I got these little things, phone call. Hi, how's your day going? What's for dinner?" I'm like, "Oh, why? I was getting ready to put a roast in. Yeah, I'm working overtime. All right. So until the next day, I got roast
I'm glad he's
literally in
doing
the oven
okay.
for about 20 minutes. And hi, what's for dinner? I'm like, oh no, now what? Yeah, I'm working overtime again. I'm like, okay, so I'm having roast by myself. It was that kind of week, but that's okay. He's all happy for the extra hours or whatever because he wants to take some time off at Christmas time. He gets to store those hours, so that's pretty good too. But yeah, everything's good. Haven't really talked to the little Rugrats on this. Okay, so I'm gonna mention this little tidbit of mine with my psychic that I saw. So I found out in the meantime that my son had lost his job. That was so nice. He finally got in with the union, got his benefits, and he got fired. While I was seeing my lovely lady a few weeks ago, she made a comment to him about, he might want to think about getting one of those because, it's going to be required while he's job hunting. And I was like, why would he need that for going job hunting? So she already knew right then and there that he didn't have a job at the time when I went saw her. I was like, oh. So he wasn't working for 2 months. He's now working a full-time job at Value Village in Newfoundland. That's $12.75 an hour, I think he started with. Just, children. But what are you gonna do? So, and then I was trying to think about getting him home and whatever, but he hasn't had anything of those, so he can't get on the plane and fly, plus the new job, so that's kind of out now. But yeah, what are you gonna do, right? One day at a time.
I keep telling mine something's better than nothing. They don't pay good enough. But 5 times 0 is still 0. So
yeah, he really did. And the funny thing is he started his warehouse job at the same time, pretty much as I had started a warehouse job. I got let go of because I wasn't gonna, shall we say, bend over and kiss their ass because they wanted me to move on to midnight shift. I was like, nope, I don't care. Whatever, nope, ain't happening. So they fired me. It's like, okay, first job I've ever been fired for. And then my son had his job a lot longer and everything else, but his attitude and whatever is what got him lost with his job, his anger. And it's like, man, you had a good job, but he's saying it stressed him out. So I don't know. Everything happens for a reason, right? So I've got to look at it for that was not his thing for life, right? But it was just weird that, finding out hindsight that after seeing this lady psychic, whatever, it's like, oh my lord, you knew all that before even I knew that. That's just she's never surprised me. In 11 years now, this woman has never surprised me. I always think I got her on something going, okay, I don't know who this is, or she gives me something else. No, that's not possible. And then something happens, like, man, you got me on that too. She's just, I'm telling you, if anybody ever wants a real psychic reading from somebody, this woman is I haven't had anything not come right with this woman in 11 years. So just saying.
Hi, Bella. Love you.
Oh, Bella. Hey.
We can't see you, but hi, Bella.
What's going on with Bella lately? John said, hope you're well, worried about you. Got some sleep. Is Bella having kind of a hard time too? A lot of people having. A friend of mine just lost her sister the day after her birthday. Her birthday was Sunday, and her sister passed on the Monday. And I just reconnected with these two ladies, oddly enough, about 4 weeks ago, as I've been going in all this chaos, whatever. So we've been doing a lot of chatting, catching up for literally the last 20 years. So that was pretty wild. Yes, Bella, come up for a minute.
Might need a link. Let me.
So I guess nothing from Katie. I had to laugh because I happened to catch her in her talk, and her talking about the dreadlocks and all that beautiful hair. I was just like, oh my God, she's so outgoing, so much fun. And she had
Hey,
made a
Bella.
copy on your podcast. So that's where I went, oh, hey, Canadian, I'll see you around somewhere. I don't know if you saw that finally, Bonnie.
No, I didn't.
Did you come? No? That's funny.
Shouldn't something tell me if somebody comments?
Yeah, you should get kind of some little notification with your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Like usually somebody puts a comment under something, I get some little notification.
I haven't seen any. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, interesting.
YouTube's wacky. You probably have to physically go back and look. And you know what I've heard, that they actually been hiding comments from people too, or like removing them, like YouTube. Like, I don't know if it's a glitch, but I have heard people say that. So
I have to,
yeah, you just never know.
Yeah, you never know.
but
How
I'm
are you,
reading
Bella?
her.
I am I'm going. I fell asleep during Liberty. I could not keep my eyes open. I had been up all night. My sleep
Oh.
pattern is way off. I mean, I think it's not only, the stress of everything. It's not even the stress of everything. It's just
Yeah.
a lot going through your mind, so it's that. But the
Mhm.
prayer thons that I've been doing to help out a very dear friend of mine.
Talk.
Yeah. So I've been doing that on the weekends and helping to support him. And that's really throwing my sleep schedule really out of whack. But sadly, this will probably be my last weekend participating, or at least pushing myself to that point of where, it's
Yeah, you gotta take care of you at times too. Just like
Yeah.
Ken Carson.
I'm sorry, I was sleeping
Yeah.
last night.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, honey. I was just I had woken, I had fallen back to sleep anyways, and I woke up at 1:50, and then I was up all night until 5 o'clock on, like, right after Liberty started. I pushed for probably like 30 minutes. I just couldn't do it anymore. My eyes were just burning. I couldn't read the chat. I was like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Be gentle with yourself in this time, because you do need
Yeah.
a little bit of time and be gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
You've been pushing it for a long time, really hard now.
Yes. So I definitely have to had to go to sleep. But I just woke up probably about an hour almost. No, I don't know. But anyways, about 45 minutes ago. And so I'm a little rested, but then that means I'm probably not gonna sleep too early yet. So we shall see. But it's all right. It's all right.
It's like a friend of mine. She almost lost her full-time job at a casino, but luckily, with all the shift picking and whatever else, she still got to keep it. Whatever, and she had these day shifts, and it wasn't working for her. She's like, I'm not making the money, this and that, and it's kind of messed me up with her daughter. She's got a 18-year-old daughter, whatever. So she's like switching up to. She's finally got the opportunity to switch back to some nights. I'm like, yeah, you gotta do what works for you, kind of thing. Like, knock on wood. Right now, it's weird for me. It's the first time in my life I've been sitting at home this long. This is weird, and I'm not gonna work for at least a couple more months. I'm like, okay, what can I do? Now I'm stuck in the house. It's winter. What do I do? I gotta do something. This is crazy. And I still can't keep up with my sleep. It's so messed up because of menopause and whatever. It's ridiculous. I keep saying I took the time off because I got to readjust, and I keep trying to readjust, and it's so working is all I can say. It's not where I want it to be, but I'm trying.
Have you been eating, Bella?
Well, I was just about to snack on something, and then I seen you guys were on, and I said, I gotta go over and at least just sit for a minute with y'all. But yeah, a little bit. But I am okay. I really am. I'm okay. I just a lot going on. Just a lot, with things.
I know.
Just crazy things. I'll tell you guys one thing. Maybe just as a warning to maybe for us all, to be thinking about this moment. It's probably so morbid, but I'm just so blown away by the way life can be at times. Like, okay, so my dad wanted to be cremated, and I being the only one that it's falling on. It's like I called, to get the prices and get all that information worked out from where he went to, where they had taken him yesterday. And the prices for cremation, and it just baffles me, is so out there. It was $16.95, and then to have him shipped to me, it's like $165. And I'm thinking, man, last year, yes, it's a lot of money. I mean, I couldn't even. That's for cremation. I was like, wow, you're not. That's not even like you would think a very expensive job to even have to do that. Last year when my son passed away, and I had to have him cremated as well, it was only 14 something. Was a different place though. Even knowing they're both in Havasu, they took him to a different facility, different funeral place, but they it was only 14 something, and that was with my son shipped to me as well. Same place, same everything. So, but anyways, it's baffling that it went up that much in just 1 year and 1 month, remind you. And it's just crazy. But it's definitely made me very aware that I need to have it prepared for my children so they never have to stress out at the end like this. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Remember that those kind of, I mean, it's just, I mean, can you imagine how much more will go up over time? You would just not think that I just would not think almost $500 to go up. Well, what is it? So it was like it was 14, I want to say roughly like 1450 last year.
Sorry, Bella. I'm proud of you for your strength.
Well, thank you.
Bella, may I ask how old your son was?
27.
Oh, that's tough. I take it he was in the army or something?
No, his life was taken from him. But yeah. So so I just want to we need to be prepared, people, for our children's sake, because I don't want my children to ever have to worry about that situation to ever have to worry about it, because it's already enough having to deal with the loss of somebody, then to be told by, I'm just like, wow. And then because he's a vet too, right? So I'm thinking, well, they gotta do something for the vets. Do you know what they tell me? Yeah, we give the vets a second death certificate. We don't that's it. No 10%, no.
They don't do anything else.
No.
My stepmom still hasn't gotten my dad's flag.
Oh, I am getting a flag. The veteran, they are making him his flag. I will be getting that at some point from the Vet Society, but which is beautiful, and definitely being a patriot myself, I'm definitely thankful I'll be getting that. But I would thought that there would have been like some kind of something, 10%, 5%, anything at this point, because but no, unfortunately, it's a second death certificate I don't truly need. So it's.
Yes, you do. You need like 6 of them or
Really?
7 of them. You're going to need them to tie up the affairs. I promise you, you're going to need.
Anything to do with the bank, anything to do with any kind of
anything.
to get awarded,
His estate, his house, vehicles, insurance. You can't even cancel his stuff without his death certificate. And everybody wants a certified copy.
Yep.
You can't make copies of one or the copies.
You have to buy the certified copies.
A lot of them will make copies and hand it back to you, but you have to hand them the original.
See, yeah, when you go to the funeral home, you tell them, when they ask you how many you want, you tell them the whole, like 10, 20 of them.
Okay, so
they don't do them for you anymore like that.
Okay, so hold on.
I had to pay for all of them.
I'm getting 2. Okay, with that, because he's a vet for free. So you think I need to get have
I'll
a
get at
total
least
of
8 or 10.
Yeah. A bunch of them.
And I think she said they're $20 a piece. I have to add them.
I think you can make photocopies of them.
Should I ask first? Should I? Well,
If he has any debts, then you need to use that to clear those up too.
Yeah.
I know how you feel. My son was 29 and we lost him, and it hasn't been the same since.
no, it never will be. I don't think.
No.
I'm sad to say.
No, it's been 10 years now. Or no, must have been 2012. Yeah, so it's almost 10 years.
Can I
And
ask you both something?
you don't
If
get
you've
over it.
Ever
No.
had signs from your children in any way,
All the
shape, or
time.
form?
Yes, Gigi. And I actually knew my son was in trouble. I knew I had a vision that I was going to lose my son months
Yeah.
before it happened, but I thought that timeline had been switched. I guess maybe I wanted to believe that. I don't know, because he left.
You
I
thought it was
just,
a fear. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a fear. I knew, but I seen it, but it
Yeah.
ended up just coming to life. Not even 7 months later, but my son's come to me. I definitely,
That-
that's definitely something, but mostly though to was that to you, my little sneaky Joseph?
He will definitely drop signs to you.
Yeah.
I know that.
My dad did the same thing. He my father, the non-believer of God and afterlife or anything like that, came back to me like I asked with a mouse, long story, whatever else. But he picked the day to pass when our big Danish ceremonial thing at Christmas time party was happening. Everybody knew that day that my dad passed. Like, wow. Yeah. And he got the millionaires passing, they always say the millionaire's death is to have a heart attack and drop, and that's basically what it got. But yeah, he, and I don't know how many times I've seen him, and I meditate and I see him now too. And it's like, yeah, I told you so, Dad. I told you there's life after death. And,
So he still guide. Well, I think they all still guide us. All those that were, that were not all, but like the ones that were really, yeah. I haven't sensed my dad yet because I'm really just like emotionally like haven't tried to anything or just been a blank canvas right now. Just kind of in my own.
And it's how long ago did he pass? Obviously, that
just
was
yesterday.
Oh, Bella, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was rough night.
Sorry.
I mean, I was prepared for it, so it wasn't like like something I was not aware that was coming. So I was already able to start working through that, knowing that it was going to be happening. It wasn't like my son that was a shock when I got that call.
Right.
That was more like your worst nightmare of your life coming to true,
Yeah.
And it just, that was, and will always, like Joseph, I know you definitely can understand. It's like no other pain.
I know.
No other pain. And I still am working through it all the time, because it just, but I can't say it ever gets better as of yet. Even with the understanding of life that I have and all that, there's so many moments that you constantly are just wishing they were here to see what was going on, with like his brother just had their baby. But I'll share something with you guys. So after my oldest boy came and spent the summer with me, and he happened to be here when we got the call, and he was planning to go back to Arizona. He had no girlfriend, no nothing like that. Well, around Christmas time, my son had came to me and he told me he was going to become, that Jimmy was, my oldest boy, was gonna have a baby within the year. And I'm just like, I listen, whatever. And she's saying, well, he doesn't have a girlfriend, he's just got, there's just whatever. So the cute, funny thing is that 4 months later, he had a best friend that they never dated before or anything, but they ended up starting to date, and then she ended up getting pregnant, and they sure enough had that baby. They just had her last month, and 3 days after my son was found. So
Wow.
yeah, things like that. But and so I know he sees it and everything like that, but obviously we wish he was here to see it, so yeah.
Yep. It's and I have to say, it's the spiritual people that seem to go through these kind of tragedies to learn that little bit higher of forgiveness and love and understanding and whatnot. Because the stuff like my father has passed 15 years ago, and the ramifications of that is still going on today between my mother and my sister, and it's ridiculous. And for me to have connection with him, and it's life is quite the little journey, that's for sure.
It is. It sure is.
Yep.
So there's 3 of us in here lost our sons, huh?
I guess so. You too, Robert?
Yeah.
Oh, Robert.
Well, if you count a miscarriage, that would make me 3.
Well, yeah, I had
been
twins.
a boy too. I'm a twin, and my twin did not survive either.
My youngest was a twin, and I miscarried during my pregnancy. I was almost 4 months along, and I did, but they were able to keep my youngest son there. But I went into I had nothing but complications, but he's here and he's healthy and he's amazing. So, but one
of a twin, right?
Yeah, one of the twins.
So now take this as there's a reason now you and I have talked. Everything happens for a reason. I always believe it. Growing up, the reason for that I got told by my mother was that I was the little one. I came out first, and for whatever reason, there wasn't enough room for the other one to get through, and as a child, how do you explain it, right? Later on in life, I'm kind of grasping a little bit more of trying to understanding twins and what could have happened and whatever. But now I went to somebody who was, at the time, I thought he was pretty darn good psychic too. Because I've always been asked the question, what do you see? Whatever, like, I don't understand what happened. Why just me? Whatever, that kind of understanding. What's the purpose of it all? And I was told that it took the 2 of me, the 2 spiritual essences, the 2 energies to come together. It took that much for me to come into this world. And has 50, almost 6 years coming, I tell you, the life I have led, whatever, I needed all that extra energy to get through all this shit.
Good night, Pappy. I'm sorry, Gigi. I don't mean to cut you off. I was listening.
No worries. Good night, Pappy.
I noticed like a bunch of people are dropping off. Is it because we had too many people?
We're getting too serious.
Uh-oh. Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
We need to have a good night. Because life is beautiful. At the end of the day, our journeys can be rough, but honestly, they are just as much beautiful too. And we have to always look at those things, the things that we're grateful for and gratitude for. There's
For
so
sure.
many things.
Yeah.
Hey, Pappy.
Because that's how I look at it. Now I kind of go, wow, I really didn't want to come down here much, did I? But it took that much for me to come in here. So,
yeah.
And it's funny because I've never really kind of felt that missing twin thing, right? Some people have that missing twin thing. Chuck?
Okay, I couldn't hear you.
What you doing, Chuck?
That wasn't Chuck. That was Robert.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh,
That wasn't me.
I thought I had it muted.
I think it was Bonnie.
Let's blame Bonnie. Quiet Yeah, let's not blame Bob.
That was
No way.
that badger right there going crazy. See
That's something like
Chuck icon?
like fingernails on the chalkboard.
Yeah. Cute.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I didn't want to. I wasn't even planning on coming up. I just thought I would jump up for a second.
No, that's good. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
glad you did too, Bella.
Just goes to show you're not alone.
Oh, man.
We've all gone through quite the adventures, and they're all
Oh,
learning
yeah.
lessons, right? You know, it's been tough this last year or two, man. Jeez.
Is Heather going to bed and Jeff too? Is it? How long have you guys been on? Have you guys been on super long?
Good night, Jeff.
Since
For
Good
me
night.
here, it's 4:45. So
yeah, almost 3 hours.
Huh?
Good night,
Good night,
y'all.
Jeff.
Who left? I guess Heather and them left too, huh?
Yeah.
Bonnie, you're getting good this, eh?
There goes Anna Marie. Good night.
Here, I'm gonna play a screaming manager for them.
Oh, and Anna Marie. Okay. That's Alan's little thing.
Oh yeah, I got the gopher. I could play the gopher too. Wow,
Oh, that's funny.
love that. Because I'm going. So now from Running Gathering, Ken Kirsten wants to do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm like, okay, Alan, Craig, what are you guys doing? Where the hell's the hair 80s Fridays? We all got used to Friday mornings. Well, I don't know about who's all in here, but I've been at it, listening to it because I like the music so much.
Night, Anna.
And they're back and forth. I'm like, okay, if you guys don't have a room or space or whatever, get on my channel. I'll put it live because we need this. I was loving that, getting up on a Friday morning, 10 o'clock, and this good old 70s rock kind of and 80s rock going and chit-chatting and rocking and rolling. It was just great. After that, I was like, okay, now I really want to go clean my house or something.
I saw you offering your channel before I started getting phone calls, but it said so there's no more Big Bear Friday because everybody was just having too much fun, or what happened there?
Well, see, I think Ken kind of started it. Craig and Alan kind of started, but now Ken doesn't really want to do the hair 80s. He was kind of glad that Craig and Rob Allen, whatever, were doing it. But I guess it depends on their work schedules, because when I was talking to Rob or chit-chatting him in the chat thing, he was working in this thing. I'm like, so it depends on your work schedule. So I started going, okay, well, how about we do this Saturday mornings? I'll open up podcast. We do Saturday mornings. We can't lose this, man. That's a great idea. But it depends on Rob's schedule as well, too, right? I don't know if anybody else saw Craig's little opera little. Oh
Yeah.
my Lord!
Wasn't that hilarious?
That cracked me right up today.
Oh my gosh, he is so funny. I just love that guy.
Yeah. I was like, come on, you gotta do Figaro. And he's like, no, it's too fast. I'm like, okay, come on, have a couple of beer. You can do it. You can do it. Come on.
He is so funny. God.
Yeah. But
I think Alan, I don't know if he does or not, but he might help with Liberty Warrior Outdoors Saturday mornings. I don't know.
Oh, I forgot
I'm
he
not
does
there.
those.
I don't do
those
that. I
outdoor
don't do
things.
the outdoors.
Yeah, no, me either. We need to talk about
Too
fishing.
nighttime.
I'm
See,
all
with-
into it. So.
with Ken's been like kind of motivating me to be up at 10 o'clock, to be listening and paying attention and whatnot. So that's kind of helped. But I've been working on my basement, so I'm hoping I have a blue sheet that I put up on the wall. I don't know if it works for green screen or not, because I know the option says green and blue, so I'll have to see what happens. So I'm gonna try some crafting and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody wants to do crafts or painting or something, but
Watercolor, that's always fun. Doing anything creative, I get, because you have this time on your hands. It's best to keep your mind busy and in a healthy space. You know, not always in the head. I mean, I find that for
Exactly.
myself. I need to Watch
Yeah.
out on that one.
Winter's coming, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna be stuck in the house for the next 3-4 months. That's why I got my basement set up so I could do my podcast from in there, because getting outside's getting a little too chilly. Garage isn't bad. It's heated right now. It's not too bad. But when it starts really getting super cold outside, it's gonna suck so to be in the house.
Is that where you're at now?
I was trying to figure out if
I'm in
I
the
ever
garage.
have contacted or spoken with you. I honestly don't think so, but I'm gonna drop my email in private, and then you can email me for sure. But yeah, I don't have a direct email through Liberty either, so I'm not really sure if it's who it was, because
Are you talking to Joseph?
I'm talking to Joseph. Yeah, I was just reading his email. I mean his comment.
I was gonna say
I
that's
have his email. If y'all want me to, Joseph, if you want me to give Bella your email, I can.
Please do.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you're still up here. I'm off talking to you in chat.
I know that. Isn't that funny? 'Cause
Darn it. Joseph
Looking at
Brennan
the chat.
showed up. Their jig is up on me.
Do what?
The jig is up. The real guy showed up.
Jose.
And there's mine too. If GG, you want to ever email me, we could swap numbers.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was just catching up with some other
there you
stuff. I'm
go.
like, where's
Y'all are both up here.
I mean, you too, Joseph, and Bonnie, obviously, whoever.
What was the Dreamtime card? I missed that. Like, I heard the Heyoki. Oh
It's gonna
man,
do it
talk
another
about
time.
the willies went up and down my spine when Pappy was talking about the Heyoki card when I was watching the rerun today. I was like, okay, wow, that was just like, yeah. You kind of hit a little.
We never did get to the dream card because
Me talking.
no, it just turned in a different direction. It's okay. It's all good. It'll happen. Well, I asked if it's going to put me to sleep because I was babysitting my granddaughter, and that wouldn't be good.
And you've been on for 3 hours.
I'm gonna get off here, you guys. That pills wore off already, and I'm getting a damn headache and stuff again. I overdid it with the music.
You take care, Chuck.
Have a good night.
How'd you doing, Chuck?
Bye.
Y'all have a great
Anything.
night. Love
You too.
y'all.
You
Bless
too.
you.
You too. Love
Take
you.
care. Take
Love
care,
you.
Big Bad.
Bye, y'all.
Night.
Good night.
All right, Bella. I just sent you an email so you could just reply to it.
Okay, honey, I sure will.
Not a problem.
How do I
I wonder if it's all this full moon energy that's coming through that's making everything. Because I have a headache too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel fine, but my head I feel a little bit like the heaviness of tonight's energy and just, I don't know.
Yeah. I have one too,
Yeah.
but she's asleep.
Yeah. She's asleep. I caught that a little day late, but I got it.
I'm sidetracking because I'm trying to do this stupid email. My computer's taking forever.
How are you
there we
doing,
go.
Robert? You're quiet, brother.
Doing good. My woman's up by Portland, I think it is, or Seattle. Yeah, one of the two. Oh, Seattle. She's in Seattle visiting her son.
Oh. So you're home alone causing mischief or what? Making troubles?
Yeah, I'm making troubles with my group here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I hate freaking Mother's Day. That's when it happened to us.
I hate Mother's Day.
Just a couple of days past Mother's Day. That's when her son did it.
Oh,
Lordy.
So it's been what? Yeah, not even. Just over a year, right? Yeah.
Oh, so just for you too then. Still very fresh.
Well, you know, he sucked me in. He's like, he told Corlin, I really like Bob. I appreciate him and love him because he's the only one I can talk to. That you know what I mean? That made him like mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Weird. He came to me in a dream too. So
Yeah.
What was the message?
Pappy said I was the go-between because I was closer to him than his family. He couldn't talk to his family. You know, everybody thought he was weird.
Yeah.
But you know,
So what was his message to you?
I was a go-between to help him connect with his family again.
So you
then Corlin started having dreams with him in it. See, but before that, none of that.
So did you guys get resolution? No. Still lingering.
He took his own life.
Oh.
Well, no, I know, but I mean, he's come to both of you with messages and stuff. So,
and
you never get closure, even knowing that you connect with.
Well, how do you say this? We know where he is.
Right.
He's on a boat with his cousin, and he's a what do you call that? Charter boat.
Mm-hmm.
With his cousin on the boat. That's what he loves to do, and that's where he is. That's the resolution.
Yep. Yep.
And when he misses us, he comes to see us, just like he always did. You know.
About 30 years ago, it's one of those things where you hear when a picture falls off a wall, kind of thing. You're gonna get news. It totally happened that way. My sister, I was the one that got off the couch and the picture fell, and my sister came in the door to find out about it. She was the one that got the phone call, but she was the one that had the dream with the spiders and the two hanging bodies. And it turns out our cousin was found hanging along with his roommate. They were both in the army, and we don't know why they were hung, anything like that. But yeah, makes you wonder. But my sister foresaw that about a week before we caught wind of that. Whatever, she just dreamt of a spider doing the web, and something got two people or something getting caught in it. I'm like, yep. I've had stuff like that happen to me too. I had a dream of going into her room and seeing these red cowboy boots hanging, and I didn't understand it till one of the ladies that I was working with, but a week or two later, she was up to her third floor apartment to check on a friend of hers who was hanging with his cowboy boots. It's just like, why do I dream of this? Somebody explain to me why I know this. This doesn't help me any to know that somebody died this way. Like, I can't change it. Why? That's the one thing that irritates me with these kind of dreams. Why do I get a dream like that, foretelling somebody doing this? It just, I don't know.
We'll never wrap our minds around those things. I
those
believe
those parts. It's like why do we foresee something like that? Like we can foresee other things. It's not like that's the only thing, but it's like I did not know
just
him.
those kind you could do without seeing.
Yeah, I knew her, but
you just lost Robert too.
Yeah, but yeah,
and I have to go
energies,
as well. I just got a text. I need to go make a phone call, but let's catch up. Gigi, are you going to start your own shows back again? I thought I'd seen a reminder or something like scheduled programming, and then it never happened. I don't think.
Yeah, I took 2 weeks off, and then I took another week off because I'm supposed to get my bathroom done because I kind of ripped stuff down and need paint, whatever. And then my husband ended up working overtime 4 nights this week. I'm like, Oh
And the
man.
bathroom is going to be your backdrop.
No, I've been cleaning up and fixing up my basement so that I can do my podcast in the winter in the basement. Because I don't
All right.
smoke
Well,
in
I'm
the
going
house.
to say buenos noches, everybody.
Me too. Much love, you guys. Thank you, Bonnie, for having me.
Thank y'all for coming up.
And I'll keep an eye
I'm
out
gonna-
for you, Kiki, and I'll get back with you, Joseph. Much.
Sleep the
Oh,
best
there he
you
is.
can.
There he is.
Get some sleep.
All right. Thank you.
Always
Love
take
you
care of
guys.
yourself first. God bless.
Good night,
Love you,
everyone.
Bella. Good night. All right, guys, I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and shut it down.
No worries. Love yous all.
I'm glad you came up, Gigi and
Yeah,
Robert.
it's about time to reconnect.
Everybody.
You know.
Love you guys.
Yeah,
Take care.
love you.
Good night.
Good night, everybody in chat. Good night, Lisa. Good night, Victor.
Night, y'all.
Love you, Bon.
Love you too, Robert. You take care.
See you tomorrow.